Set a time to train at that time. Set a time to go to sleep at that time. Set a time to get up at that time. Don't tell yourself you need to do something and then don't do it.
Most people feel purposeless because they don't have a goal. And once they told themselves, I have a goal, like, hey, you know what? I'm going to start this business. Or, you know what? I'm going to do this thing that I said I was going to do. They have no ability to commit. And what happens when you stop committing to something? You become a liar. And most people lie to themselves. So what happens if I lie to you every single day? Are you going to trust me?
Definitely not.
Are you going to be confident in me?
Definitely not.
So why would you be confident in yourself if you're always lying to yourself? Of course you're not going to trust your ability to accomplish your goal because you know that you're going to lie.
Yeah.
I knew in my head I was saying, get up at this time. I didn't get up at that time. Train at this time. I didn't train at that time. Don't eat this. I ate that. Don't drink that. I drank it. And these all just infiltrate my mental strength.
Just little kind of defeats.
Exactly, little defeats instead of wins. And it just culminates into, and you just don't want to be here. So I'm just figuring myself out like I've never figured myself out before.
You just do the work and you get there. The human mind, the human body, the human psyche is so pliable. You can literally become anyone and anything. Multiply that over time and experience and don't quit even when it sucks.
To believe in yourself. You have to believe that it's possible because you can create your reality. The perception that you have of the world, if you think there's only scarcity, there's no opportunity, that's how you are going to interact with reality. If you think that there's abundance, if you think that there's opportunity, then these things will manifest themselves to you. So you have to believe that you can.
The doubt of 1,000 people on me is less dangerous than if I had self-doubt.
People cap themselves. They look at somebody and because their mind can't imagine it, they then start talking shit. He has to be doing this, or he has to be doing that, there has to be some trick, there has to be some potion. This is bullshit. No, it's because you cannot allow your mind to open up for the possibility of it can be done.
To tell me about how bad it is, or why you can't, because, or what, but it's just not true. Because if anybody ever did it, then you can too.
It's up to the individual to allow the dreariness to set inside. Do we worry about external factors, or do we worry about what's inside of ourselves?
You shackled your mind to have limits.
Did you read this quote?
I have not yet.
This is the quote that I've lived my whole life. If you always put limits on what you can do, physical or anything else, it'll spread over into the rest of your life. There are no limits, there are only plateaus. A man must constantly exceed his level.
I love that.
Isn't that badass?
So I know why you go on Instagram. I know why because you just have the time. You have the time because you don't want to put that time into bettering oneself.
It's the truth. When you think about it. You want to get up every day and try to be better than you were yesterday in business and life and everything.
Expand yourself. Take yourself out your comfort zone. Do not live in your bubble. Put some more air in your bubble. If you stay in your comfort zone, that's where you will fail.
But imagine every single day, instead of saying, oh, my day sucks, instead of getting up and being like, oh, life is terrible, instead of complaining about your friends and your neighbors and your coworkers, imagine your entire mindset was just like, it's possible to get to the next level. It's possible to be great. It's possible to make more money. It's possible to be more healthy.
Don't listen to people that are going to tell you that you can't do it. Don't listen to haters, don't listen to naysayers, don't listen to people that give you advice that tell you to slow down or you shouldn't do it or you can't do it or the time's not right or any of those other things. Those are dream stealers. They were sent to you to see if you'll overcome them. They were sent to you to test your resiliency. And if you can overcome that, if you just discard all of that stuff and you get clear on those other things, you've got a really good chance of doing something great with your life.
If you give up on your dreams, what do you have left? Nothing. I can't live that way. I have to live on the edge.
The conversation, the most important conversation you could ever have is that conversation that takes place between your ears, right, with yourself. Like you could sit here, and I know you never would, but if you're like, Bedros, you're gonna fail at your next big business, and then you're gonna fail at the one. Cool, thanks, Nick. Appreciate your opinion, man. And then I could see the guy in my hotel, he says the same thing. By the time I get home tomorrow, 1,000 people told me I'm gonna fail, and I'm never gonna succeed. None of that will impact me. But the moment I allow any one of those seeds to take root in my mind, and I go, maybe Nick's right, it's over.
You're not a mistake. You're not here by an accident. You were born to do something great with your life. You were born to make a difference with your life. This is a fact. Every one of us was put here to do something special, and that special thing is to help one another in some way, shape, or form. And if you can just remember that and negotiate the price in advance, decide now that your will to win cannot be bought by any failure or any success, and now you've got a chance to do something special with your life.
Worry about external factors, or do we worry about what's inside of ourselves? Those two different things are the two measures of confidence, positive and negative confidence. And negative confidence is an egocentric person, bases all their performance trying to achieve third parties' agreeability, their likeness, their thumbs up, because we value their opinion. Those kind of people allow this mood and weather and everything that's set in to dictate their performance of the day.
Everybody that you fight is not your enemy, and everybody that helps you is not your friend. And that's what life taught me.
I get happier about the harder it is because I know that no one else will follow.
It's a selection effect.
And I think if you can shift from this is hard to no one else will be able to do this, then it flips from being this thing that you're like, oh, poor me, to oh, poor everyone else who's gonna have to fucking try.
Your life. And once you've made that decision, just get ready, because here comes all the adversity. Just get ready, here comes all the setbacks, all the failures, all the rejection. It's part of it. So just like when it's happening to you, you shouldn't be going, oh my God, that's a sign it's not for me, or I should shift, or...
This shit's hard, but if you don't go through it, you're not gonna get better. And you have to understand that anybody who's ever gotten better, anybody who's ever created, anybody who's ever built, anybody who's ever been something that you've looked up to has gone through these hard times without quitting.
And I'm telling you from the bottom of my soul, it is so easy to beat people today. They are so soft. They have no work ethic. No one can stick with anything. Everyone's distracted. They're on social media. They're counting their fucking notifications because they can't stick with shit. They can't say no.
A lot of people are afraid to even try hard because then if you try hard and you fail, you feel like a failure. But the aspect of being a failure doesn't come from the success in the end. It comes from if you really quit on yourself, or if you don't put in the effort you know you can put in, you're kind of holding back on your true potential. That's when I think you really deep down feel like a failure, like underneath your soul.
Success is not a comfortable procedure. It is a very uncomfortable thing to attempt. So you got to get comfortable being uncomfortable if you ever want to be successful.
It takes 3 weeks to develop a habit or something. It's always this hacky shit. 30 days ain't gonna do shit for you. A year, 18 months, 2 years, that's a sacrifice. And when you commit yourself to something for a year, you're not gonna say, oh, I'm gonna let that go. Because in your mind, you have it clear as day. That year took a lot out of me. That year built me.
You're going to lose sleep. You'll doubt whether it'll work. You'll stress to make ends meet. This is what hard feels like, and that's okay. Everything worth doing is hard, and the more worth doing it is, the harder it is. The greater the payoff, the greater the hardship.
The only shortcut to life is to never miss a day. 1, because of compounding interest. And 2, because sometimes you get lucky. And you'll never miss a lucky day if you try every day. If you don't try every day, you might miss your lucky day.
You think you're gonna get more money. You think your relationship is gonna improve. You think you're gonna get promoted. You think you're gonna get a raise. You think the world is going to get better without you doing anything. But it isn't. Nothing is going to change unless you change what you're doing.
And that's what people don't understand. If you never miss a day and you never don't try and you're always on time, was I late today? No, on time, and you try and improve every aspect of your life, and you're a professional, you give yourself feedback, you don't make mistakes, you're not lazy. If you try and you make it to the top, you end up elitist because you look at the people down below and you're like, well, why didn't you try? I did.
Positive side of confidence starts from within. That's called pride. That doesn't value rain, sun, if there's someone in the corner looking at them, if it's 5 in the morning, 5 in the afternoon, that pride is always awake, always turning, always burning for the ideology of greatness to be matured into reality. That's internal pride. No one can alter that.